At the same time, ANC Member of Parliament Malusi Gigaba has defended the deployment of SANDF soldiers to the DRC. Gigaba took part on the National Assembly's debate on defence, and he says South African troops' deployment to the DRC was noble, and it's unfortunate that there were casualties. Gigaba says that the reputation of the SANDF soldiers as a peacekeeping force must be protected.
The SANDF's peacekeeping efforts are not happening in a vacuum. They are part of the larger vision of the African Union's Agenda 2063, which aims to silence the guns and foster a peaceful, integrated and prosperous Africa. South Africa has consistently taken a leadership role in advancing this agenda, promoting diplomacy, conflict resolution and sustainable development as the foundations of enduring peace. Our peace and prosperity are inextricably linked to peace and prosperity for our neighbors. The challenges our continent faces demand collective action. No country can go it alone, and we cannot sit back as our neighbors suffer the deprivations and degradations of war. The Freedom Charter instructed us to respect the right of all peoples of Africa to independence and self-government, and to use that as the basis of close cooperation with them. We understand that our efforts to bear fruit must be grounded on close cooperation with fellow African countries, together seeking African solutions to African problems, and to ensure the durability of our efforts. South Africa does not approach fellow African countries as a bully, a big brother, a messiah, a know-it-all, do-it-alone tyrant, but as part of a collective of African countries acting together to secure life, achieve stability and sustainable development. The recent losses should neither distract from this vision nor coerce us into a retreat from our progressive internationalism, as if South Africa has never and will never seek Africa's solidarity in times of unforeseen tragedy and turmoil. When South Africa was enveloped by a dark cloud of apartheid tyranny, Africa acted together to help bring about a brighter day of freedom. Africa's united action under the guidance of the OAU ensured that the apartheid regime was isolated everywhere on the African continent, so that even those who sympathized with it did not have the courage to do so openly. It was the governments and peoples of this continent who rallied the world behind our cause and rallied support for the isolation of the apartheid regime, ensuring that it was kicked out of all international bodies, and supported our struggle by offering asylum to freedom fighters and provided military and other forms of support to our struggle. A free and democratic South Africa can never forget that worldwide generosity, and particularly the sacrifices of the peoples of Africa during our moment of darkness, especially those who lost their innocence at the callous hands of the regime of death and tyranny because of their steadfast support for our struggle.